Welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, April 30th, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is my astrological outlook for the day. So first things first, we have the Sun and Uranus coming into an exact conjunction today at 11 degrees of Taurus. So this is going to bring shocks, surprises, upsets, things happening out of the blue, generally in terms of Taurus-themed things: love, money, relationships, economies, finances, comfort, stability, values, value systems. All of those type of things could be potentially undergoing some type of major upheaval today. So I just want to go ahead and state that right off the bat. Secondly, this is a different report for me today. As I'm looking at the aspects and the data that I've received for today's report, honestly, I'm not exactly sure at this point, well, the time of writing it and also recording it, what to make of it, because I write these reports 2 days in advance. I wrote this report Wednesday afternoon, and I'm recording this video on Thursday morning of the 29th, so that it'll be ready for tomorrow. And so I really don't know what will have happened by Friday to make any of the symbolism and the data for today make sense to me. So I don't have the context for all of this right now, and I really don't know what to make of it or what to come of it. Maybe nothing will come of it, but the messaging seems really quite drastic and direct today, and we do have this big conjunction with the Sun and Uranus going on. So again, like I said yesterday, I am in no way any type of alarmist. I don't mean for any of this information to cause any type of concern, because I truly believe, honestly, that we're watching a movie right now and just getting realigned with where we're meant to be, and everything is actually completely fine despite appearances at the moment. But this is a slightly different type of report for me, like I said today, like on a vibratory level. And it's also funny because, like I said, I'm recording this video on Thursday, which is the day that the Black Moon and Mercury are conjuncting. And oh, hold on. Sorry about that. So, yeah, it's kind of sort of ironic and funny for me as well that I'm being forced to do this more darker toned, darker themed report today that's just really out of my natural how I like to do things. But I have to, that's just the news for today. And the Mercury also happens to be conjunct the Black Moon. So that's aspects in action. And I just thought that was a little funny. But anyways, let's get into it. So we have the Sun and the Uranus conjunction, exact conjunction today, and there are a lot of indications in the frequency dissemination that people are basically just very pissed or upset for some reason today. To the point of actually being out for blood almost, and really aggressive and violent communications, and people mentally aligning with ruthless vengeance for some reason. And like I said, hopefully we don't see any of this, but this is indicated because we have Mercury today at 24 degrees of Taurus, and that Sabian symbol, and Mercury is the messenger and communications, and Mercury is also the planet who rules the sign that the North Node, our destiny, is in right now. So we have to pay attention to what Mercury is doing. And Mercury is at 24 Taurus, an Indian warrior riding fiercely, human scalps hanging from his belt. So on a mental, ideas, thoughts, communications level today, we have an Indian warrior riding fiercely, human scalps hanging from his belt. So there's that. This is, I got a new notebook. I finished my old notebook yesterday, which was sad, but I had to start a new one. So I have a new notebook. So this is where we are mentally today for some reason. But remember, we have the North Node, like I said, destiny at 12 Gemini, Mercury's sign. A slave girl demands her rights of her mistress. So this could be in regards to things that restrict us or we feel enslaved to for some reason. So maybe people are reacting to shocking or surprising Sun conjunct Uranus displays of power or pushes for some type of control or something. And that is making them feel very aggressive and vicious. Unexpected events we should expect, though, expect the unexpected. We have the sun conjuncting Uranus today with the sun and Uranus together. And there's more weirdness, you know, Uranus and the sun in today's chart. We have train symbolism highlighted twice, which is unusual because that's kind of like a random thing, a train. And we have train symbolism highlighted twice. And let's see. And it just looks like some kind of train wreck today, you guys. It's just either literal or metaphorical or both. Mars is at 5 degrees of Cancer. At a railroad crossing, an automobile is wrecked by a train. And Saturn is at 14 degrees of Aquarius, a train entering a tunnel. So this says to me that we need to be very careful generally today and mindful, especially of our actions, Mars, in the things that we do and that we say, Mercury and Mars. What we do is Mars, what we say is Mercury. As we can do some real damage today with our actions and with our words. Mercury at that warrior with the scalps degree and Mars at the train wreck degree. Overall, when I look at the whole picture for today, it feels like some type of intense power struggle or rebellion against authority or restriction. We have this Sun-Uranus conjunction. That's just combustion, huge changes, big shocks. In square, remember, to Saturn, restriction and control at 14 Aquarius, a train entering a tunnel, while Mars just charges 5 degrees of Cancer, that train wreck degree. While the moon is opposing Mars in Capricorn, the moon is moving into Capricorn today and will oppose Mars. And Capricorn is Saturn's sign. So we have a connection between the train entering the tunnel and at a railroad crossing, an automobile is wrecked by a train through the moon moving to Capricorn, Saturn's sign, emphasizing what's going on with Saturn while simultaneously opposing Mars at that train wreck degree. And this triggers those external forces, Saturn creating friction and tension, the square in terms of universe attempting to align us all with genuine truth and freedom and authenticity today. Sun conjunct Uranus, especially in terms of values, relationships, and financial systems in Taurus. It's weird. But then again, so is Sun conjunct Uranus is weird. And I feel weird saying any of this stuff because it just seems so extreme in combination. And I really have no idea what this could be referencing, that there would be this level of like aggression and just damage and destruction that could possibly go on. And then we have the degree of the Earth today also, which is opposite of the Sun and the Uranus conjunction at 11 degrees of Scorpio. And this degree is a drowning man is being rescued. So we're just generally a mess today, it seems like. I don't know. I'm really hoping the context of this is much different than it seems from 2 days prior to making this video or to this actual day, or I'm hoping that the highest possible octaves of these degrees manifest somehow and we don't see much from this. But at the end of the day, despite a combination of rather dark energetics, and it's funny because it's even super dark here today. Like I'm like trying to find the best lighting, but it's like raining and it's dark and I have to do this like dark report, and the sun or Mercury's conjuncting the black moon as I'm making this video, even though for this video specifically it is not anymore. But it's just kind of ironic to me. And we still, but at the end of the day, like I said, we have to remember we still have, despite the dark energetics, Venus, the ruler of Taurus, where the sun and Uranus are today, and also Mercury. And so it's important to pay attention to what's going on with Venus, because really all of these planets in Taurus Venus is the dispositor of Taurus because she's the ruler of Taurus. I think I said that correctly. I may have screwed up my words there. But so what Venus is doing is really important in the context of all of this, just because it's happening in her sign. And she's at 20 degrees of Taurus, wisps of wing-like clouds streaming across the sky. And she's also conjuncting the black moon at 22 degrees of Taurus, a large white dove over troubled water. So even if something does happen with all of us, all of this today, and we do have like some type of reason or something's transpired that is left us all just being like very aggressively pissed about something, or some type of train wreck scenario today or accident or something that happens, the black moon and Venus are both telling us to rise above today and focus on clearing our minds and streams of consciousness, clearing our consciousness, clearing our minds, and aligning with the symbolic qualities of the dove, like has been our message the past couple of days. Love, hope, peace, joy, and absolutely forgiveness. Also, the conjunction of the sun and Uranus today is at 11 degrees of Taurus, a woman sprinkling flowers in her garden. So whatever rains down on us today, with whatever happens that could possibly potentially provoke these energetics or these feelings that I'm not really sure of the context of right now, and hoping for the best, whatever rains down on us today is ultimately helping us to grow, because the woman is watering flowers in her garden so that they grow and bloom and become beautiful. And we are moving into the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius is the water bearer who also pours out the wisdom from the vessel in order to make things grow and bloom and become beautiful. And so we're being sprinkled with drops from the age of Aquarius vessel today, and regardless of how things seem on the ground or what transpires or what happens or what train wreck of a day transpires or not, we're ultimately being watered with circumstances and situations that are going to help us grow. And growth is not always comfortable, but it's worth it. One more thing I want to say, and we need to keep this in mind, especially in the context of the fact that we are growing right now. We are in a very intense process of metamorphosis. And we know this because the South Node, our karma and what we're coming from, what we're growing out of, what we're evolving out of, is making an extended stay at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. This is the degree a flag is seen turning into an eagle that crows. That is all about metamorphosis from one form of freedom into a truly liberated and expanded sense of freedom. The flag turning into an actual eagle that can crow and fly away, and it's like symbolism becoming manifest into actual literal meaning. And so that's a big metamorphosis theme. And then we also have Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius. So remember, the South Node's in Sagittarius, so we have to look to see what Jupiter is doing. And Jupiter is at 29 degrees of Aquarius, a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. So that's another big metamorphosis symbolic reference. So despite whatever comes of this today, we still have things to look forward to. And that's ultimately the freedom that we truly seek once this all plays out. So I don't prefer to do reports where there's so many kind of like dark, directly drastic symbols in effect and energy that's being disseminated, especially also we have the moon opposing Mars today. But Uranus in the sun, this is the great awakener, the great rectifier. We can expect big changes that are ultimately for our growth and evolution to help us become and realize in our lives a more true and authentic form of self-expression and freedom and liberation of our souls and spirits to become the potential that they were born to be. So that's my report for today, you guys. I have a very busy weekend, and so I'm not going to be back this weekend, but I will see you on Monday for my report for Monday. Just keep in mind, the sun is conjuncting Uranus. We just had the black moon with Mercury. We have the moon opposite Mars. We have all of this like weird, more destructive symbolism kind of in effect today. So we really, really need to watch it and not be projecting, and really just try to go with the flow of things, and to not be truly like really dismayed and immediately go to like negative thinking and fearing in scenarios with whatever happens, because it is silver linings. This will all end up being silver linings at the end. So if you guys like my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, leave me comments. I love reading you guys' comments, and I will see you back on Monday for a new week. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.